Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to the Healing Empath. I am a healing empath, and today's video is, I really don't have the title yet, but it's about us empaths toughening up our boundaries and toughening up in general in this cruel world. So I don't really know exactly what I'm going to name it, but I guess we'll see at the end. But I hope everyone is having a great day. And before I get into the video, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications for future videos. I tend to try to upload videos every Tuesday. So if you have on your notifications, you'll be the first one to see the video pop up, and you can definitely listen to it. And this is really just a quick message. I don't think I'm going to make this like a long video. I'm going to definitely try to keep this under 20 minutes if possible. But either way, the content is very helpful. And for those of you that need it, I hope that it resonates very well for you. Okay, so let's get into it. If you are here, if you're listening to me and my voice right now on this channel, chances are you are an empath. An empath is someone that is sensitive. They feel very deeply. Some of us are very intuitive. As you know, as we get deeper into my content, I'm going to also talk about the correlation between psychic abilities or intuitive abilities and the connection with being an empath. And no, it is not the same exact thing. But anyway, that's not what I want to get into at this moment. But today I do want to talk about something that doesn't really get said enough, and it's about us as unhealthy empaths. Because again, just because you're an empath, that doesn't mean you are a healthy empath. It doesn't mean that you are healed even. There's a misconception between us as empaths, and they lump all of us up in one pot. And there's just more than one. You have dark empaths. There's just more than, one type. So just for a little context, so you can understand what I'm saying. And if you don't, please go back in my other video. One of the first videos I created was comparing an unhealthy empath versus a healed empath. So if you don't understand what the correlate, like what it means at a definition, you can go back and look. But unhealthy empaths is really the majority of empaths that I address here, or empaths that are unhealed or both. And then I have where I do address empaths, healed empaths as well, but it's not for healing. So this is a healing empath channel to heal the hearts of all my unhealed and unhealthy empaths. Okay. So unhealthy empaths don't need to harden their hearts, but we do need to toughen our boundaries. And let me explain it like this. Imagine you are a vast, open landmass, right? You, meaning you are a piece of land, a huge piece of land that's wide, that's spacious, that's calm, and naturally restorative. But instead of living where you are meant to thrive, you are dropped into a condensed city, loud, crowded, and overstimulated. So that would mean you're the land and you get picked up and dropped into this condensed city, right? And this is where everyone is rushing, everyone feels stressed, everyone's carrying something very heavy, right? So that city that you were dropped into isn't a place, it's actually the people. Okay, so think of you as the land and then the city as people. Now, yes, don't get me wrong, stress exists everywhere, right? Pain exists everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter if you're healed or unhealed. There's stress and pain for everyone. It has no, it is not, stress and pain do not play favoritism. And remember, favoritism could be like short. It could be short. It could be, I'm sorry, I got distracted. not short. Favoritism could be for anyone, and but when it comes to stress and pain, it can be a low level of stress for someone, but it's still stress, or a high level of stress, right? It doesn't have a face. That's what I'm saying. Stress and pain doesn't have a face. It's not based off of you're rich or you're poor. There's just different levels of stress that you can experience when in general, in life in general. Okay. Everyone is carrying something heavy, okay? So when you're an empath, being constantly surrounded by unresolved energy, which is like chaos and emotional noise, it compresses your nervous system. So there's no room for you to breathe. There's no room to reset. There's no room for you to heal. And then we wonder why we are exhausted, or why we feel resentful, or why we feel like we're losing ourselves. And here's the truth that most of us unhealthy empaths avoid. You cannot heal in an environment that constantly demands your energy. I'm going to say that one more time. You cannot heal in an environment that constantly demands your energy. So trying to unwind in that condensed city is extremely hard. And it's not because it has anything to do with you or because you're weak, but because you were never meant to live that tightly packed with everyone else's emotions, right? We were never meant, okay? So what do we do as a collective of unhealed or unhealthy empaths? First, the first thing we do is we stop shaming ourselves for needing any space. Space isn't avoidance. Space is medicine for healing. Secondly, we become meticulous about who we allow in our inner world. Because when you're an unhealed empath, it can feel like being a flock of sheep in a room full of wolves. And I'm going to say that again. Being an unhealed empath, it can feel like being a flock of sheep in a room full of wolves. So it's because we're always sensing some type of danger. We always have to brace. We're always giving or trying to piece things out. And let me be very clear, that doesn't mean everyone around you is negative or evil or malicious, right? It just means that not everyone deserves access around you. Okay? Because eventually, for me as well, I'm sure if you're here listening, eventually the goal isn't to stay a sheep forever. It's not to stay a sheep. And I don't personally identify as a prey, right? But I identify more as a loyal, healed wolf, not as a sheep. But you don't get there by pretending you're already strong enough to withstand everything. You get there by resting, creating distance, choosing peace over people-pleasing, learning when to walk away without the guilt. Toughening up as an empath doesn't mean that you have to feel guilty. Toughening up as an empath doesn't mean that you have to become cold. It means becoming rooted, right? It means becoming rooted and understanding that not every emotion you feel is yours. Not every problem needs your energy. And not every connection is safe for your nervous system, for your mental health. Okay? So, in hindsight, you have to understand, also leave out any expectation. Any expectation that you feel like you expect someone to be a certain way, or to be like you, or to be kind, to be understanding, and you don't understand why. They're not like you. They never were. They probably weren't born as an empath or raised as an empath. Remember, being an empath is a gift, but sometimes being a healthy empath is a gift. When you are born and you're going through your life Well, when you're a child and you get conditioned throughout your family. A lot of us that are unhealthy empaths have been through a lot of trauma or some type of family trauma in our life. And to me, that wouldn't be the perfect gift unless you know how to change it from being an unhealthy situation to a healed situation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what that also means for me is making sure that you toughen up, right? Don't wait till the last minute to explode and to release your energy and expression. Toughen up now. Those red flags, we are very good at, like, understanding a red flag. We are very good at feeling red flags before they even form. That's one of our good traits, even as an unhealthy or unhealed empath or both. We are very good at it. So if you're seeing all of this stuff and you're getting all of this energy prior, take heed to it. You know, start understanding that it's time to heal and work on yourself. But before you can do that, you have to have some form of accountability or awareness that you need to make some changes with how you interact with others out there. And realize that because we're so sensitive, we just can't be everywhere. We can't be in every situation. It just does not work for us. It never works for us when we're in everywhere, because we end up trying to help others more than we help ourselves. So toughening up, standing up for the things that you believe in, speaking your piece, being okay with cutting off people that are not in alignment with you, being okay with understanding that you are a sweet, kind person, but you cannot be like that with everyone. Being okay with not always understanding how people are. We're not always going to get it. They're just people that are cruel, people that are mean, people that are malicious. That's just what it is. And we got to stop trying to figure out why are they like that, or because we don't get it. But we do get it because we understand that people make choices, but we just can't fathom it because we're so unhealed and we have such a wound. And all we do is strive to be good. All we do is strive to be the best version of ourselves. So we don't understand why this person would feel this way or treat us this way. We never get it because we always show up and support. But that's the problem right there. We're doing it for the wrong people. We're not moving fast enough when we see and smell these red flags. And then we get treated or in the end backstabbed, and we want to figure out and go into the understanding of why. And why do they treat me like this? Or why do they do this to me? Well, because we did not stand on business. We did not clock it, right? We didn't clock nothing. And if you're an unhealed empath like me, empaths are not, like, we have this ability to have forgiveness and love and all that, but we are very feisty too. You know, we could be very feisty, and when we get to the last brick leg, we could flip out. But that doesn't count, because if every relationship is like that, where we have to flip out or tell somebody off about themselves, and now we have to figure out ways to, try to figure out why this happened, then that means that we have to pay attention to ourselves and look into, okay, what is this attraction? Why do I keep attracting these type of people, this type of work environment? What am I doing that is attracting this type of energy in? We have to toughen up. We have to toughen up with our boundaries. We have to toughen up with ourselves. And we have to look on the inner side of ourselves, not the outer side of everyone else. We have to toughen up. Because yes, people are out here maliciously trying to attach themselves to you. Yes, they are. They mean what they want to. They mean to be cruel to you. They want to use you. They're not there to support. They're pretending. Because they think you are a pushover. They think you are a punk. And the joke is on them. But we got to call our power back so we can start moving in a healed and a healthy empath state. Not in this unhealthy state of always feeling sad, always feeling down because we done gave people chances that did not deserve it. We put people in positions that did not deserve the title that we gave them. That's my best friend. What did they do to deserve to be a bestie when all they do is shade you? All they do is talk down about you. All they do is compare their life to yours. And you're not even in competition. It's a one-sided competition. All they do is view you as less than. And you could be the sweetest person in the world, but they look at you like trash because you don't got 3 degrees. Or because you don't have a degree. Or maybe you didn't graduate on time. Or maybe your job doesn't pay you the best. That's how they look at you, because you already got the kindness down. You already got the good heart down. So they have to find something to tear you down about, because they know they're not good. And goodness comes from God. So you're not good without God, right? Goodness comes from God. It's a heart space. I'm not talking about the deeds that you do for others. It's a heart space. It's what's in the heart. It's within the heart. So when we're out here and we're making connections and we're seeing these relationships and we're being together with people and we're working with people, and all we want to do is see the best in them. But we see the best in them. But do they see the best in them? No, that's the answer. They choose to be the person that they are. They choose to be malicious. They choose to have some, they choose to have some one-sided competition or one-sided beef with you. They made this choice up in their head. It doesn't matter what you see in them. They have to see it. Start allowing people to see their own value. Because yes, affirmations is great, but we need to spend this time, because we're unhealthy or unhealed, we need to spend this time affirming ourselves and toughening up and understanding that we can't be good for anyone else if we are not good for ourselves. And people that maliciously try to come into your life to use you or abuse you, or they think you're a punk or a pushover, they will see in their time. Their lesson will be learned in their time. But that has nothing to do with you. You have nothing to prove to these people. You have nothing to prove. I remember being younger, and not even just younger. I would say these things to, all I wanted to do was just be a good person, be a good friend, be supportive of you, be there for you, right? But I was putting everyone else over me. And nobody's going to respect you when you put yourself lower than them. They're not going to respect you, no matter if you're doing it in a genuine way. So we got to toughen up. It's time to put up the boundaries. It's time to start looking at yourself in the mirror as an empath and talking to yourself, affirming yourself, being meticulous about your inner circle, right? Smelling them, you smell them red flags like a hound dog. That's how good we are as empaths. It doesn't matter if you're healthy or unhealthy. We can smell those red flags, but what are we going to do when we smell them? Are we going to move like a healthy empath and say, this situation is probably not going to go far? You can see past that. Or are we going to say, well, maybe they'll change. I see a goodness in them. They do have a good heart. But at what expense? By tearing you down? By making fun of you? By talking trash about you? By knowing things about you and then speaking them to other people? While you and them not talking, and then all of a sudden they spread all your business? By you hanging out with people and they just want to start little arguments or shade for no reason, you're trying to figure out where it came from? Yeah, because they're intimidated by your light. They're intimidated by that. So they now want to look at what you have materially and what other things you have that can base off your energy. Well, if you're so good, why aren't you financially prosperous yet? Or why haven't you graduated? Or why didn't you buy that new mansion or new car yet if you're so good? People find a way to do these things because they're intimidated by your light. And over here in empath land, we just want to be friends because we just want to be friends. We don't care about if you got a big mansion or if you got a little house. We don't care if you live in a 1-bedroom apartment. We don't care if you live in a studio. We don't care. We're not going to say, oh, well, I can't be friends or connected to you if you don't give me these connections, or I can't network with you. No, because everybody has a category. So my friendship is based off of the way we treat each other. It's not based off what you have. It's not based off that. And sometimes that's the type of friendships an unhealthy or unhealed empath will attract, whether that is a new man, a new woman, whatever. I mean, a new relationship or a networking business or whatever it is that we're doing. People base your connection with what you can do for them and what you have. And if you don't have anything that they see tangible to help propel their life, they don't want you. And those people are out there more than you think. So start understanding that, empaths. You know, we got to work on being the healthy empaths that we are striving to be, that we know we can be. But we got to cut those cords with these people out there that just really don't mean us well. Stop holding on. Stop trying to see past what you already seen already. You already seen it. Move on. Toughen up. Okay, so what that just means, empath, before I close this out, is that you are allowed to build your own open land again. Even if that means stepping away from the city for a while. And remember, the city is people. So you are allowed to be that open, beautiful, green landmass that you are, because you are open, you are big, you are happy, you are joyful, you are open. I mean, you are able to be that. You are that's your destiny. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be spreading love. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's how you survive. And genuinely, if you are protecting your peace genuinely, and knowing that it's not selfish, and knowing that that's how you're going to continue in this world everyday living, eventually you will thrive in that space. You will thrive in a world that doesn't slow down. So, if you're an empath and you're feeling overwhelmed, or you're feeling like, you know what, I need to toughen up, just remember that I'm not telling you need to change who you are at the core. I'm telling you that you need to change how much access others have to you. You need to change the way that you pick the people that get close to you. You need to change the way you talk to yourself. You need to change the way you affirm others, but you forget to affirm yourself. You need to take your space. You need to take your land back. And you need to choose your pack wisely. Okay? Choose your pack wisely. And remember that sensitivity paired with boundaries is strength. It's greatness. It's everything. You know, it's not weakness. It's love. It's boundaries. It's peace. Okay, my loves, my empaths, my unhealed empaths, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or you want to add on to what I said in the video, please feel free to drop it in the comment. Please also bear with me in the way I'm doing my content. If, try to have patience if you feel, maybe I ramble on a little bit too much or whatever. Just know that all of this is coming from the heart. This is coming from a pure place, and understanding us as empaths and how we have to move into today's society and world. And even yesterday's world, okay? But until next time, my loves, don't forget to please subscribe, like the video, and until next time, my love, I hope you have a beautiful day or night whenever you've listened to this video. Ciao.